Towards the celebration of World Suicide Day, Weinglo Family International and the Ghana Psychological Association have partnered to collectively sensitize students in Greater Accra region on how to seek help in such conditions. The group, who commenced the education in various institutions in Accra, replicated the gesture at Accra Girls Senior High School.
According to World Health Organization data, a human life is taken by suicide every 40 seconds. The alarming data recorded across the world is why Weinglo Family International and the Ghana Psychological Association have partnered to collectively sensitize students in the Greater Accra region on how to request for help while attempting to commit suicide. The Ghana Psychological Association believes constant education for the general public would hugely change the narrative. Dr. Isaac Numanata is the public relations officer of the association.
And you have, at that same time, about 20 people are attempting suicide. And for this group of students, it's so important because suicide is the fourth leading cause of death amongst 15 to 19-year-olds. You can even switch up to 29. So that is very critical. So the transition from childhood to adulthood, that period, with parenting and their own self-identity, their own challenges, independence, and all that, creates a lot of problems for these people in this age group. And so it is critical that most of our interventions should focus on these people. And also for men, because men commit suicide 4 times more than women, though women attempt 3 times more. And suicide is the second most important factor in terms of death amongst men under 45. And majority of those who commit suicide have depression. And that is why even decriminalizing attempted suicide is important, because anybody who is suicidal or attempts suicide needs help instead of judgment. And so all these things are very critical. If we are losing the young people to suicide, then all our interventions should be amongst, most of our interventions should be amongst students like that, to know their needs and the critical things that influence suicidal behaviors, and put in place important policies that would address the needs of young people.
Meanwhile, Weinglo Family International, a non-governmental organization, is poised to supporting the youth in such cases. Gloria Boatima Ando is the founder of the organization.
No, so it's the youth. It cuts across. We've been to so many. We've been to Achimota, we've been to Accra Girls, we've been to Chemu, we've been to a lot of schools. So it's not just, the target is not just about the ladies or the girls, but the youth in general. Because at that age from 15 to 25, it's a battle where they go through so much and they don't speak. And like I said, I've attempted suicide, and it was because I lost my dad. And at that moment, everybody was busy, nobody to speak to. So if God didn't intervene, I wouldn't be standing here. So it's the reason why I'm actually passionate about this in terms of the youth. Because sometimes the youth are left alone. They come to school, we leave them. Their parents are busy, moving up and down. Sometimes you don't even get close contact to your parents to be discussing certain issues with your parents. And you know the Ghanaian settings, you can't talk about things that you're going through, relationships and exams failure. They're expecting that you're supposed to come out with some best grades and all, which we all would love to have. But if your child fails, it's fine for you to talk to your child about it, because of the high standards, some of them do not even want to go home because the person has failed. But we make mistakes. We should be pardoned sometimes and rather motivate us that we can do it, so that we get these children to stay alive, because they are future leaders.
Councillor of Accra Girls Senior High School, Ms. Babanetu, also applauded the team for the efforts rendered them.
In fact, it's very good. Intentionally, I brought the group here because I deal with some of these programs, and students, when they are stressed up, when they are depressed, they can do anything. So we need programs like this to psych them up, to motivate them, so that it's not always about the learning. Yes, we do study habits and other things for them, but we also have to bring in some people to help us impart their lives, so that we will not hear of death and other things too. Not natural death. Natural death, yes, we know, but deaths that are caused by students themselves, we need to minimize it or stop it.
Some students who spoke to the news team expressed their satisfaction and promise of championing relevant authorities should they be found in such cases.
I learned a lot to always look at the positive side of everything, always be hopeful, be grateful that you are alive, never let the negatives of life bring you down, and you turn your pain into passion. I enjoy the sessions a lot because it's helping me a lot. I'm going to practice whatever I've learned today, and I'm sure that it will benefit me in the nearest future.
It's very essential because I have friends who are suffering depression. They are I've once been a victim of mental stress, and I knew how it feels because people won't even get to you when they know you are going through such problems. And having such a talk show for people who are not victims already is going to incite them, educate them about what is coming. So in case they get into such problems or their friends, they'll know how to go about it.
Stanley Kobla Ako, Pan African News.